Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the HP Indigo V12 live demo here in Brussels for the first time in Europe, and today would be also the last day of LabelExpo. My name is YAEL Barak. I am the category manager for HP, dealing with Europe, Middle East, and Africa. With me is Elad Zmora.
Shalom.
Elad is joining us from Israel, and he is the project manager who is responsible for this big monster behind me. The HP Indigo V12 Series 6, the 6th generation of LEP engines. The technology that turned the label industry into a digital space, now bigger, better than any time before. Elad, what can this thing do?
First of all, this is a very, very stressful demo for me. This particular one. The reason is because we have the team from ESO is there in the back, and they operate this beast on a daily basis. These guys are doing 30 kilometers in an 8-hour shift, doing 10 jobs, 15 jobs, multi-SKUs. So everything I will talk now, they are like big sprinters.
Yeah, we cannot really, fool around right now, can we?
Yes, you cannot fool them.
All right, so the HP Indigo V12. We call it a V12 because it has 12 colors, and Elad will explain why do we think 12 colors is reasonable for a digital label machine in a few minutes. But this press, ladies and gentlemen, will eliminate the concept of break-even point. From this point onward, any job at any run length, any level of complexity, can be printed digitally, efficiently, in a sustainable and profitable way. Forget about 3-4 days to get to press. Forget about long setups. Forget about wasting substrates for doing registration. The world and the label industry are going digital, and this is the start. Elad.
Yes, this is the Indigo first vision. To move the industry from an analog first to an Indigo first, where most of the volume will be produced with our presses. With a combination of the 6K, the 200K and the V12, we can produce about 80% of the job basket better than any other technology. Let me give you an example. Let's think about a 5,000 liter job on a flexo. Let's make it CNYK plus 2 spot colors. The V12 will complete this job in about 35 minutes, before most flexos will even start their first print. So this is what we call the new math of label printing.
The new math of label printing. That sounds really good. How do we get to that?
So first, we build a new technology. Build upon the foundation of the previous LEP technology. So we took the good stuff about the LEP, the print quality, the versatility, it's the heart of the Indigo technology, and now make it much more faster and designed to work non-stop.
How can you work non-stop with a digital press?
It starts with the process itself. So we took several process elements and make it much, much more robust. For example, the blanket. I'm holding the previous generation blanket. Thank you very much. You are getting a free press. And now we build a new blanket, 5.3 meter long. Then other than offer superior frame utilization, it's also with much higher lifespan, about 15 times higher lifespan. And then we took the digital plate. This is the previous generation, and YAEL is holding the new generation of the digital plate. We call it ASIC, stands for amorphous silicon drum, with lifespans within 50 to 70, 5070 longer than the previous digital plate.
So how often will you need to replace these?
So assuming a V12 will print anywhere between 1 million to 3 million linear meter every month, we're talking about a single replacement of a blanket in a week and a single replacement of a drum every month.
So actually we have a press here that potentially doesn't stop.
Yes, it's designed to work without stop.
Okay. Like any Indigo, I assume it prints right to left?
Correct. So let's go over the press. So from the unwinder, we are moving to inline priming units. The purpose of the inline priming unit is to enable the press to print on any type of substrate. High, I would say, rough wine paper, pressure sensitive, synthetic material, shrink sleeves, IMLs, you name it, we can prime it inline and print on it. From there, we are moving to the digital quality assurance. We have an inline scanner, high resolution, combined with a spectrophotometer. And the reason for that is to generate trust between the operator and the press. If you can look at me for a second, typically, a press operator will do the following to do quality assurance. Right? You're familiar with this hand gesture? Now try to do it in 120 meters per minute. Even a tennis referee cannot do it. So we need to generate the trust between the machine and the operator. So the operator will have the assurance that he's printing sellable, high-level labels. Now we are moving to the heart of the technology. We call it LEP-X. It's a redesign of the LEP technology to basically unleash the full potential of the LEP speed. If you know, the 6K process speed is also 120 meters per minute. But any color that you would introduce to the label require additional rotation of the drum. So it's always 120 divided by the numbers of colors. For example, CMYK labels, it's 120 divided by 4, 30 meters per minute. With the V12, we move away from a centralized drum to inline architecture. Now we have 6 sub-engines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So with a single rotation of the blankets, we can collect up to 6 different inks and do it in 120 meters per minute without slowing down even 1 meter per minute.
Now, let me see. You say every substrate, every 12 colors, so I can do really, really complex jobs here, right?
Yes, correct.
So, let me think. If I have, let's say, a gin label, right? Sandwich printing, silver, spot color, and you know what? Invisible yellow for brand protection. Can you do that?
Yes, we can do it in a single pass. Let's start count. Let's start building this label. From one side of the label to the other. Let's start, first of all, make the sandwich. So we start to make the sandwich. It's CMYK. Now, a layer of white. Additional CMYK. Now we reach to 9 colors. Spot color is 10. Silver, 11. And invisible ink, altogether 12 different inks on the same label in a single pass. So it's simply what it's required to do. If you notice, each and every sub-engine has 2 ink stations. So in the first revolution, you collect 6 inks. In the second revolution, you will collect the additional 6 inks. So it will slow down the press if you print more than 6 inks to 60 meters per minute. But come on, the label we just described is extremely rare. 90% of the label out there do not require more than 6 inks. So the V12 built for productivity. 90% of the jobs will be done in top speed. There is no correlation between the speed and the quality. You cannot slow it down to 100 or 99 meters per minute. Up to 6 inks, it's 120 meters per minute. From 7 to 12 different inks, additional rotation of the blanket, and it's 60 meters per minute.
Wait. So we don't have up to 120 minutes?
No, this is a 2-speed machine. Up to 6, 120, above 60.
That's very good news for planning.
Okay, so now let's move to the third element about the V12, is the utility cabinet. So everything about the V12 is designed for non-stop printing. The numbers of inks, for example, On the numbers of inks, you do not need 10 inks on the same label. It's extremely rare scenario. But when having your 12 most common inks already pre-installed on the press, you will never have to stop the press to do ink changeover. This will be extremely rare scenario. On top of that, if you can zoom in every ink station we have one tank in the front, in addition to one in the back. The press is fast, it's consumed the ink. It doesn't make sense that the operator will stop the press to fill up a new tank. So the revolver will automatically switch between the empty can to a new can. We also offer a quadruple revolver for high consumption white. In addition, you have a full flexibility about the orders of the inks, meaning you can put the white here or here or here. You can put it in multiple locations like any other color. So for example, if you are doing forward printing and reverse printing, for example, shrinks this, nothing needs to be changed in the press setup. You put the white here, an additional one here, and just a click of a button, you move from forward printing to reverse printing. Last, I would like to talk about the user experience. Everything about the V12 is designed by our customers of the press, so the operator will not need to go back and forth. Just 2 or 3 physical steps, you will have full control of the press. Moving away to the rewinder. It's 120 meters per minute. You will finish rolls in a pace that never seen.
You're more than welcome to come over and see the details. We thank you for your time and attention. We're here to take further questions. Feel free to approach us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.